What's up, everybody? It's Price here. We want picks. We are going to do the DraftKings breakdown for the UFC 312 from Down Under in Australia. So I'm going to go over a few people who I think you need in your lineups, but before I do that, if you are not already a premium member, go to WeWantPicks.com and sign up. It is $10 a month. 10. And you get an optimizer, the best DraftKings ownership projections for DFS. You have an event simulator to go over everything. You have the insight of all the guys who put out content for every event, all in one spot, for $10 a month. It is the best deal out there. Go sign up, get in Discord, and have some fun with everybody. So we are back to 13 fights on this card, which is great because the 11 last week made for some very condensed ownership. However, we have 6 people making their debut. We have 4 people who have only fought twice ever in the UFC. A handful of others who have only fought 3 or 4 times, so a lot of green people on this card. It should be fun though. You just gotta navigate the landmines and hope they don't blow up your DraftKings lineups. We also have some very live dogs this week, so it should be a very fun DFS card overall. So I'm going to give you my favorite GPP play, my favorite cash play, an underdog that I feel like is live to get the win, and then a fight that I think we need to target and have one of the 2 people in your lineup no matter what. Alright, so my GPP play of the week, forgive me for butchering the name, it's Quillen Skilled. I'm terrible at names, and his is not very easy, but the good news is, he's only 9,600 and has never fought in the UFC before, so he's making his debut in front of his home fans, but it's not like we've ever seen this combination blow up before, right? However, I feel like this one's a little bit different. So he's fighting Jubilee, who we've seen fight twice, but Skillet has a 6-inch reach advantage, so he's going to be good on the feet. He's going to keep away with kicks. He averages 5.4 significant strikes per minute, so he stays busy on the feet. However, he also averages 3 takedowns per round, so 9 per fight. So at 9,600, you got a guy who has a big reach advantage, who's a big favorite. He's minus 500. Who has a wrestling upside, which we all love for DraftKings because you get all the extra points for takedowns. Sign me up. I know it's tough to get over he's making his debut at 9,600 and who really knows, but I'm going to take the big reach advantage and the wrestling upside. And he's probably not going to be very high owned, so at 9,600, yes, you need a finish for him to be optimal. However, I think there's enough dogs where we can make it work this week. My cash play of the week is going to be Dricus Stillnox Duplessis. So I have been on the Dricus train since he fought Darren Till. I've used him in my lineups every single time he's been available. And yes, he is famously sloppy and goofy on his feet, throwing these crazy winding, looping shots and weird shoots for takedowns where he grabs at their toes and ankles and just crawls around. But he always just gets the job done. He wins. That's what he does. That's why he's a champ. So we haven't really seen any cardio issues since he got his nasal surgery and he can actually breathe through his nose. Who would have thought that would help? So we're not going to see him gas. We saw him make it all 5 rounds with Strickland last time. We saw him get in there and finish Izzy by dragging him to the ground and choking him out. So what's nice about Dricus is in the first fight against Sean, he had 6 takedowns and he had 137 significant strikes. So he averages about a takedown a round and over 6 strikes per minute. So he's busy, he looks to finish, and he scored 119 points in that win last time. He's averaging 110 DraftKings points. So in a cash game, you want someone to go 10x. Even if he hadn't won the decision against Strickland, he would have scored 89 DraftKings points. So he's 8,600, so 89 is more than 10x. That's why he is my cash play of the week. My dog of the week is Tafa. It's super scary to actually list him as that because when he wins, he's awesome. When he loses, he looks dreadful, just god-awful. But when he wins, he has 4 wins in the UFC and they're all first-round knockouts scoring over 100 points. Now he is going up against Taliesin Teixeira, who is a monster at 6'7", with a huge reach advantage. I think he's 12 or 11-inch reach advantage over Tafa. However, the guy he fought on the Dana White Contender Series was a tiny heavyweight and got him up against the fence and was lighting him up. And for some reason, Taliesin didn't remember you need to have your hands up in a fight and got peppered. However, he ended up dropping the guy and winning by KO. But Tafa's on a different level. It's so different fighting the regional scene guys and fighting an actual UFC vet. Tafa's good on the feet. He's going to kick him, mess up his calves, and try and knock him out. So unless Towson wrestles, and neither one of these guys wrestle, I'm looking at Tafa as a dog who in his win scores 110 or 100 to 110 points at 7,800 salary, more than pays off. So my favorite fight that I think you need to target on this card is the co-main event of Tatiana Suarez and Zhang Weili. Now this is also one of the hardest ones to pick because they both do everything very well and they're very similar. So Suarez comes in and she's averaging 2 takedowns a round and about 4.25 significant strikes per minute. She's 11-0, has not lost. Now she has missed time due to injury, so it'd be interesting to see how her gas tank and cardio is, but she secures her takedowns at a 61% clip. Weili's takedown defense is only 50%. On the flip side, Weili averages just under a takedown per round while averaging 5.6 strikes per minute. So they both take you down. There'll be some reversals. There'll be some decent striking. It's favored to go the distance, so you're going to get all 25 minutes. Swords is averaging 113 DraftKings points in her fights, which are only 3 rounds. Weili's averaging 107. There's a couple losses in there to Rose, which kind of drop her point per average, but they're both going to get takedowns. They're both averaging over 100 points. So if you get the winner of this one, you would imagine one of them is going to score in the 100, 110 plus, and being 8,200 and 8,000 salary, you're going to have one of them in your lineup. Because whoever wins this fight is going to more than likely be optimal for DraftKings. All right, so that wraps up our DraftKings plays for UFC 312 from Australia for our We Want Picks Nation. Make sure you head on over to the site, become a premium member, see what the boys got cooked up for all the bets this weekend, and chop it up in Discord and have some fun. And we will see you guys next week. Y'all take it easy.